running from monsters instead. Got the Bible closed by my side, praying I'll make it through the night. All these shadows are haunting my mind, but I laugh and I try to act fine. Send me kids to cover these ghosts. I'm playing games with the things I fear most, for the views and a prayer late at night. Thank the Lord I make it out all right.
You're a woman with a brain and reasonable ability. Stop whining and find something to do.
Uh-oh, something happened to my... Okay. I'm not sure what happened. What? It reversed us. Oh, okay, here we go. All right. Is it coming through okay? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was going to put on, because it's the brush hour, welcome in. We are a little hostile this morning. Yes, we are, which is why we're putting on our glasses, because we got to get serious. Good morning. As you can see, we have returned this morning for the brush hour. We're doing something a little different. We're returning to tangible medium. Why are we returning to tangible medium, you might ask yourself? I'll tell you why we're returning to tangible medium. Last night, and maybe I'll get a video of it eventually, but I lost a challenge. If you follow me over on my Kick or my YouTube gaming channel, links are in the description. I challenged my friend, the Geeky Crochet, aka Maria, to golf with your friends. And I thought it would be fun if we upped the stakes, right? I thought it would be fun if we would, here, let's go big. Let's go big or go home. I thought it would be fun if we upped the stakes and we would play best 2 out of 3 rounds. Whoever won 2 out of 3 rounds got to decide what the next art prompt for the loser would be. Wouldn't you know it, I lost. I also said, Maria, well, if we're doing 2 out of 3, obviously there's no point in having a third. What if we then also added something? What if we incorporated something for the third, and that whoever loses or whoever wins the third round then can decide what medium they get to use. So like if she won, then I would get to choose, but I won the third one, I would get to choose what medium. But it did not work out that way. Normally, Maria sucks at golf with your friends. I think she's been practicing and hiding in the shadows, and she came out like a dark horse last night and she won. All three times, by the way. So here we are with tangible medium. So you might be asking, yeah, I agree with Larry. Somehow, she kept saying there was a glitch in the Matrix, but what if, conspiracy theory time, what if she just hacked the system? I'm just saying, do we ever really know our friends on the internet? Speaking of people we don't really fully understand, Amando is here saying, I knew she was getting better. I couldn't lose. Right here. Very, very possible. Good morning to everybody. See, look at her. And she was already here the first thing. She even beat DL. Okay, that's how bad this situation is. She said, is this where you'll be drawing me as the golf champion? By the way, that is our prompt for today. I have to draw Maria as the golf champion, and I have to use pencil to sketch out, and I have to do it in full color and ink markers. So we got to get. DL was here with everything but the kitchen sink, but Maria beat him to it. DL, she's fast on the fly. Retro Collective, good morning. Hello. We said hello to Larry already. A Canalus, hello. And Fantastic. Oh, while you wait, why not browse the merch store and support your favorite artist? Yes, pay your artist. Shout out to Ripaverse and Yellow Flash for this awesome shirt. Good morning. Won't you be my neighbor? Good Mountain Mutt. Where are you? Good morning. I lost like a fool. You know, hang on. I need to shame myself. I lost like a fool. Um, yep. I challenged her like a fool, like a fool. She's a woman who knows what she's worth. I should have known better. Should have known better. The merch store, there'll be coming some new stuff there soon. I'm trying to up and change things, but let's get started. It has been, Maria's been on my case about tangible medium for a while now. I think she's just jealous that I have figured out digital faster than her. Okay. But we're going back to Tabitha's roots here, to do chibis, and I've got a fun little golf champion chibi girl. My problem was that I didn't really fully prepare this morning, and so I have to look at a reference. I don't have like a proper reference photo of Maria, so I had to like really zoom in on her link tree. I'm gonna post it here if you want to know where Maria's, all the links for Maria's channels and crap like that. All right, so that's the best I got. And let me see here. Let me put my kick down here and put Maria up here in case I see you guys over there. You aren't prepared because you couldn't fathom losing. In a way, Mando, I didn't lose badly. I mean, I still lost, but I kept on her heels. But the last one, chat can attest to this. I got distracted giving life advice to the chat, and I didn't put my best foot forward. So forget the chat next time. It's on. All right. So whenever I start off my chibis, I always have, thanks to RevKev, I won this in a competition. Surprisingly, I won. And or a giveaway or whatever like that. It wasn't a competition, it was a giveaway. RevKev mailed me this along with a book written by his wife, which I have yet to read. But it's a 51st Legion patch for Canada, which is so cool. And I know that this is a unique thing to have, and a lot of people would love to have this. I can't do much with it, but this is the perfect stencil for all of my chibis whenever I start drawing. So Maria's face goes right here. Right here. I'm going to try to keep it. I don't have the best setup. There's like a lot of stuff going on right here with like cameras and work like that. And I have like 2 boom arms right here. So, just bear with me. All right, Maria. Freaking Maria. All right, let's I'm going to have to get some new blue pencils, by the way. I've whittled them down to size. Here we go. They still work. So we start off with the head, and then we go. This will be fun. There's no undo button. I mean, I have my eraser, but dear God. Blaming the chat. I'm not exactly blaming the chat. I'm stating a fact. I gave my attention to the chat. Ergo, I did not focus my attention on the game. Don't misconstrue my words, Mando. Fantastic says, I offered to help Maria win. She didn't need it. Yeah. You were evil last night. Using my redemption points against me in a competition. That was all right. Let's see here. I'm sitting a little crooked. Let's see how we're going to do this. She's got her head a little tilted. I've only drawn Maria as a chibi one time years ago, and that my talents, my skills have definitely improved since then. So we'll see if I can make this look. Oh, I thought the other one was pretty for the skills that I had at the time. I think they were pretty accurate, but we'll see how much better we may have gotten since then. Okay, so, all right. Phew, this is... We might have more moments of silence here. Not exactly. All right, something we'll work with it. We'll see how it goes. I'm using a blue pencil here, because all right, Maria never shows her ears, not really. So should draw her as the Saja boy. That's what I should. I should totally sabotage this and just draw her as the Saja boy that she dressed up like last night. She put on a pink wig and then put on a yellow beanie because she said as for Halloween she's going as Abby, the Saja boy from K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh my goodness, it's Miss Martin Muses waving and sending a rose per use. How are you doing? It's been a hot minute. How are you? Hope you're doing well, thriving and gliding, or whatever the kids say. All right, let's just kind of just put an ear on there. That's a cute ear. Not all ears are equal, you know? And go figure, I did my exercises last night. Like I went for a jog, I did my push-ups, I did my squats, and so like my arms are a little bit sore. So of course I would do that on the day that I lose a challenge. Golf with your friends. They ain't your friends. That's a really big ear, but it's cute. And once I get her hair and stuff like that there, it'll take away from the hugeness of Maria's ears. Hanging in there, prayers appreciated for my family. You got it. I'm sorry to hear you're having a rough time. I understand. Prayers for Miss Martin Muses' family. All right, here we go. History eraser button. Happy Friday. Friday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Yeah. Yeah. Prayers for your family. All right. So here we go. Tangible medium. Okay. Tabitha tells me to go support Maria. I support Maria. Tabitha complains. That's right. It's my right as a woman to complain about the things that I tell people to do. Okay. Don't you know that? Fantastic. Come on, get with the program. Exactly, John the Just. What had happened was Maria cheated. No, Maria got better behind my back. She didn't cheat. Maria got better behind my back. That's what happened. What are you working on today? I have the day off. So I lost a challenge last night with Golf with Your Friends. Maria won, and she got to choose my art prompt and my medium. And so I have to draw Maria as the golf champion in tangible medium because she doesn't approve of my digital ways, my consistent digital ways. All right, so here we go. All right, it's Maria. Maria has like very round. She's kind of like Joe. Not quite as round as Joe's, but she does have very round eyes. So we don't lose here, we learn. No, we lost. Okay. We lost. Okay. Maria cheated. Okay. Larry says Maria cheated. I can't argue with Maria. By the way, I want to say for those, thank you so much for the support. The people that reached out to me yesterday, I had a handful of people email me yesterday about potential work with commissions for I'm assuming for Chibis because that's what I do. Potential work. I will be getting to your emails this weekend. It's just like last night I had this serious competition that I had to prepare for that served me no purpose. And then I got some errands that I got to run today, but I will be responding to your emails. Yes, I will. Ugh, that's quite the crow to eat. Yeah, I know. I was going to do something diabolical, so I can't. You guys want to know? Hey, Biggles. Hi. So you say. Anyway, what was I going to say? Shoot. Yes, what was your thank you, history? What was my diabolical plan? I hadn't fully fleshed it out yet. All right, Maria's eyes. Let's look at that. I need a reference. Hang on. I need like round chibi eyes. Sometimes I get, oh, these are pretty. These kind of look like Maria's eyes in chibi fashion. I like. Maria doesn't wear a lot of makeup. These ones are pretty. Those ones look kind of like Maria. Maria, Maria. Wow, now I have too many examples to choose from. These ones are cute. I think I'm gonna hang on. I think those ones. I think these ones will serve me. Whatever it was that I was gonna have her create, I wanted it to be a something, but wet, like dripping wet. Because liquid is very difficult to draw and create, right? So I was thinking of something like whether it was going to be like an apple melting or something that was drippy, like an apple that was maybe melting or something like that. And I was going to get her to do it probably in like, I don't know, in watercolor. Oh no, I was going to get her to do it in marker. So it's mighty how the turtles have tabled. Yeah, the turns have tabled. Listening in the car on the way to Baltimore Comic-Con. Have fun, Icanalist. That sounds really cool. Yeah, maybe like a drippy caramel apple or something like that. You know, just something like either that or I was going to have it metallic, like liquid metal. I was going to have something liquidy. That was my goal. So we're going to be doing another competition because Tabitha just is a glutton for punishment here. Okay. These eyes are super cute. Let's see. The reference that I have, she's kind of winking, but that's on that side. And then she's got the eye. Well, these kind of looks like Maria's eyes. All right. So right now we're in the rough phase. Okay. That's a little too much. I always start off with the wrong, with the right eye. So here we go. Here we go. One moment, a moment of silence for the artist. And then look over at Maria's eyes. These are so small, Maria. I don't have a photo of you. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so it gets a little wider at the top here and a little bit smaller here. I need a small. Entertain each other. I will be right back.
In your eyes, so true. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you.
Well, this sucks. I thought I had, maybe it's here. I remember one of my subscribers purchasing this for me. I think this is it. Please be it. Thank God. Excuse me. Just mutilating the box here. I have this. My mom got me these years ago. And then, of course, I used them. Excuse me. And then a subscriber bought them for me. That's the good stuff right there. A whole box full. You might be like, what is it, Tabitha? This right here, Faber-Castell. It's like a highlighter and an eraser pencil. So this helps me when using this is like a little bit too difficult. Grow your stream. Oh, we don't need, thank you. We don't need you in the chat. Appreciate you. Well, you better bring your victory game. Yeah, I know. A bot. Excuse me. I love anything. Of course, Dame Maggie Smith is iconic. All right. So let me get rid of some of these lines here. I feel like this needs to be open wider. Maybe we will follow the reference a little bit more. Maria has nice big round eyes. Like I said, not quite as big as Joe's, but I would say pretty close. And then she's excuse me. She is excited, so we want to lift the cheek a little bit here. And where's our other eye reference? It's gone and disappeared. Here we go. Let me get rid of this. Aha. Aha. There we go. I mean, those are cute too. Okay. So that looks like it's looking at us. But yeah, these things are fantastic. If you have an artist friend or maybe a aspiring artist, getting these, they're called. I'm pretty sure other companies use them, but I love Faber-Castell because I'm so fancy. You already know, and that's all I know of that song. Eraser pencils. That's pretty simple. Eraser pencils. So get you some. They are amazing for the finer things of life. Okay, so it's interesting. These particular chibi eyes. Let's see how the hard part is making a character looking at you without it being creepy. So let me get rid of some of this. It's distorting. Well, she got the crazy eye. Okay. Maybe it needs to be a little bigger. I don't know. Small pupils, it's not really the thing I do very often. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe sometimes. So what's interesting about pupils too is that changing the shape of the pupil can really change the appearance of your character as well. You can do the small circles in a large iris, or you can do ovals. Some of my characters look better with ovals. Some of them look better with circles. You just never know. And sometimes it needs to be a different shape altogether. So practice that. Sometimes your eyes look off, even though we as humans in the real world, our pupils are all rounded. For whatever reason, your character might just need to change the shape of the pupil, and it will change how much better your character will look. It's really just a simple matter of different shapes. You're off to do daywalker stuff. Have a great time making your golf champion tribute, and I'm sure you'll have a great payback challenge idea. Yes. So that's what I was going to say. So Moss came into the chat last night. He thought we were having some fun, and we were talking about like woodworking or something. Like we were joking around, but then it was like, hey, we all woodwork. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I have the capability. And say, Patrick, don't be weird. Please. Anyway, Moss. Oh yeah, we were saying that we would do a golf with your friends stream with Moss, and what if we had it where we had to woodwork, and then obviously the winner gets to choose the topic and all that kind of stuff. So here we go. Tabitha is my artistic acquaintance. That's right. We are acquaintances. Yeah, so Maria, like I said, she doesn't really wear a lot of makeup, but we want her to have really pretty eyes. So we play around with the eyelashes. Sometimes the eyelashes make a huge difference, like how many, what shape, what size. This is a little too frilly, I think, for Maria here. We'll get to that in a second. Maria's got a little bit. She got it way off in the corner. These things are like way too wide for my head. I'm getting on my nerves since I'm looking down. She kind of has it like here. Yeah, I think that's more Maria's vibe. Something like that. Well, we'll see how it goes. And then there's she looks a little sadistic at the moment, but it'll all come together. I was just Maria. If you had to go and win. You had to go and win. Captain, Caffeinated Wolf, hello, top of the morning to you. I love to see a chibi-fied version of my comic character sometime. Well, I mean, I am available in November. Did you know Captain Moss made his own peg leg? I did not know that. Hey, Real Steven TV. I know lots of people have been coming to me for commission work lately, and I'm super, super grateful. I'm like, tell me all your secrets, and I'll get to it, you know. Chibi versions of your characters are so fun. So fun, especially when you get them made by, you know, local artists, independent artists, because you just never know, you know, what they're gonna look like. All right, so we're in a weird place right now. And then I miss digital, but yeah, email me, Dreaming Tabitha, or I mean, you can message me on Twitter. It's fine. We're friends. You can message me, but email me, dreamingtabitha@gmail.com, dreamingtabitha@gmail.com, or just message me on Twitter. And we could talk. I know I've got to email a bunch of people today or tomorrow, some information, cost, time, all that stuff. I'm still trying to draw Chibi Biggles. He looks so goofy. They're supposed to look goofy, Biggles. See, this bothers me. I can't use Liquify tool to move things around. Oh, Maria, what did you do? I still think that this looks a little, no disrespect, like don't misunderstand. It's a little too girly for Maria. Not that Maria is not girly. Maria is, but she keeps it very simple. She keeps it easy breezy. I think that looks well. It's amazing. Just the slightest little point can kind of throw it off. I think this is more Maria. Biggles, you keep practicing. I was actually thinking about you yesterday or the day before where I was like, I wonder how Biggles's chibi exploration is going. I was wondering how I was going to check up on you. You know, teachers gots to know. Nandrew, how are you? How you been? Life looks peachy keen for you. Exceptional. Okay. Maria's nose. She, like Sevi, has a distinct nose. I've never really studied Maria's face before. So now that I'm looking at it, hang on, I can't, these things are driving me crazy. Now that I feel free. Wow, like her eyebrows going down to the nose, like very strong. It's very nice. I think I think I need to shrink the main body parts and keep the head big. I think I am getting better. Of course you are. The more you practice, the better you are. It's XP skills every time. Every time you learn what you don't like, it's just as much a benefit as what you do like. Because that way, next time you create it, you're like, well, I don't want it to look like this way because I didn't like it before. Doing great, but busy. 100%. I don't know if anybody ever notices, but like when I talk about him, this great gentleman right here, I always call him Nandrew. I've explained that. I think I explained that to him at one of the conventions before, but it's always so noisy. And I can't not call him Nandrew anymore. Because I think on Twitter have you changed it since then? I think it was supposed to be NDA Drew. Was that what it was? But my mind just read Nandrew. You're not the first Andrew that I started calling like Andrew with a twist. I knew somebody, and I can't even call him Andrew to this day. He made fun of a friend of ours, a mutual friend when we were younger, and her name was Joanna. And he was imitating her, and it was so spot on. So I started calling him Joe Andrew, and it caught on, and it like imprinted in my brain that that's Joe Andrew. I can't even call him Andrew. He's not even Andrew anymore. I have to call him Joe Andrew. Like that's his name. It's so weird. Fortunately, we don't see each other anymore, you know, childhood friendships and stuff like that. But it's that's what it is. And for some reason, my brain totally skipped the D and just went to Nan. So Nandrew. So every time I talk about you now, it's just like Nandrew. And because it sounds so close to Andrew, nobody questions me. Like nobody hears the N. Hulk Smash has become a member? What? I am gonna be, that's so great that you did that, because I'm gonna be releasing some cool stuff to the members this weekend. What? I don't have, maybe that's something I need to work on this weekend. I don't have something fun to play for members.
Not only do I spend the rest of the video feeling like an idiot, I also spend the rest of the video looking like an idiot, and you're not going to be able to unnotice it.
That's what I have to play. Maria has like a nice solid nose. You know, it's hard to describe. Like when it comes to an artist, like we tend to just say what we see, you know, when we're drawing people and stuff. And you're trying not to be mean, because you know, as a normal citizen of the daily life, you know what it sounds like. So if I would say Maria has a big nose, I'm not saying that she has a big nose. Like, I mean, I am, but like, it's not like, oh, she's got a schnoz. No, I'm trying to say is that it's a very prominent part of her features, and it's good. Like, it's a good thing, you know, and I want to pay homage to that. It's just the same way, like with Sevi's, Sevi has a very distinct shape to her nose, and I wanted to make sure I captured that correctly. And so that is very difficult. So you've been called worse. That's awesome. Thank you, Hulk Smash. You know, Hulk Smash, I have a bone to pick with you. Weren't you part of the problem last night in the championship thing? Didn't you? What did you redeemed ADHD last night. That's what it was. Not that I was going to win anyway, but nevertheless, you were part of the problem last night. How dare you come over here and insult me by becoming a member of the channel? Appreciate you, by the way. So for those that don't know, over on the Kick, you can redeem channel points. And I decided to have fun and put a whole gaggle of fun things. Ooh. Oh, hang on. Moment of silence for the artist. Hang on. I put a whole gaggle of fun things. And I didn't, the number one redemption point thing that people are gleaning to is a random fact drop. Apparently everybody wants to know the ins and outs of Tabitha. And apparently what they learned about me, they were not prepared. And I guess they just feel like there's just so many layers to the onion that is Tabitha. Between the razor blades and the light bulbs, the Glade plugins, the fires. I guess people are like, more. We want more. But I also had one called ADD, and that's where when I'm gaming, I can't stand still for 2 minutes. I have to constantly be moving. And Hulk Smash redeemed that during the end of Golf with Your Friends. So I couldn't even take the time to properly aim. I just kept clicking every time and just shooting that thing off in the direction. Hulk Smash. All right. I like this nose. I don't know if it's perfect, but I think for what I have, I wonder if I add a little something over here. Maybe a nostril. We might. I don't want to make it big. We'll leave it and come back. There we go. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to stare at Maria's face, you'll notice that she's got, well, you know, and also given like her heritage and stuff like that, like, you know, your facial features can help determine for people what your background is, your origin, your point of origin, you know, like certain people from like the Balkans and whatever, very distinct noses, and like my German grandmother had a very distinct nose, and there's certain features. And then there's Nomi, and she's brown. So we all know where she comes from. Can't wait to hang out with all the girls again. Be fun. Okay, so we're getting closer here. I know I've called this the brush hour. It's like I haven't done drawing like this in a long time. But even digitally, it takes me about 5 to 6 hours to flesh out a chibi and color them. So I don't have that kind of time today. So using points against you, who would even think about that? Right here, this little goblin creature right here. He was going to reverse my controls during Golf with Friends. I would have still been amazing at it. I like this nose, a phrase I have never been on the receiving end of it. Next time we meet, Nandrew, I'll study your face. I'll stare at you awkwardly and appreciate, God's handiwork. There's no mistaking where I come from with my ability to burn in the sun. Yeah. Apparently, my appearance is a topic of confusion to lots of people. The most German thing about me that people have pointed out are my legs. And I'm not talking like the whole leg, like basically from the knee down. I've been told that that my legs look German. The Germans have really nice legs. And I'm like, thanks. I mean, I'll take it. So funny. Nice German legs. Like they never told me like they're long and they're just so graceful and beautiful. No, they were like they're stout legs. I don't think I have stout legs, but that is the comment that as far as my Germanness, what makes a German leg? Apparently strong looking legs. I don't know. This is what I was told. Okay. I've never looked at a German and thought them's some German legs, but that's what I've been told. Whatever reason, and I don't know if it's because I'm Hispanic adjacent, meaning that I grew up in a Hispanic country. For some reason, all of my friends now, most of all of my internet friends now are Latinas, minus Mando. I got a lot of when they say, oh, you look like so-and-so and you look like this actress and you look like this actress. Most every actress that I ever got associated with was like Cuban or some flavor of Hispanic. What are you dying? What was it? Wait, all of my Albanian went to my nose. That's awesome. You don't meet very many Albanians. I love it. Mo Zamboni. Mo strikes me as like one of them like French, half-breed French people. Yeah, that's, what I walk into. Biggle says, I'm like super Italian from a royal bloodline even, but my very little Irish heritage are my dominant traits. Yeah. I would not peg Biggle as Italian. And that's just genetics, but it's weird. I don't it's weird. Most every actress that I've ever been told I look like was not white. I'm okay with that. Apparently I'm exotic. I'm exotic. That's what I'm going to take with it. You're Swedish, Irish. Sounds French to me. Lauren says, my black landed square on my face and spread all over my body. Hey, but there are distinct flavors of our black brethren out there too. It's just like when you compare Asian folk, and when you say Asian, it's so loose, right? Because Pakistan and India, parts of Pakistan, right? And India are considered Asian, but they look completely different. And even in India, Indians vary wildly on the features and the color spectrum. I forget. I want to say that in the north are the darker Indians and the South are the lighter colored Indians, but I could be mistaken. Either way, it's fascinating. Once again, one country having diversity in a spectrum of shades and appearances. But nobody ever talks about that. They're all just the same over there in Asia. And it's like, no, but you know what? Thai people looking very different from, Sri Lankans, and Mongolians looking very different from the Japanese. So it's like, there's similarities, of course, of course, of course. The people from the Sudan look very different from the folks from Nigeria. When you start paying attention to features, and I don't know if it's just because I'm artistic and I like looking at people. Like I always say, I always wanted to be a portrait artist and all this kind of stuff. So you kind of notice these details, and the longer you spend around people who look alike, the more you realize there are differences. It's the same thing even with Western Europeans, where start noticing the difference between the French and the German and the Swiss. Because Swiss are all over the place too, because they're so close to Italy and all this kind of stuff. So it's very fascinating. I love being able to look at people and trying to understand, like, way back when, because we're so multicultural now, but like looking, oh man, they look so French. That's awesome. I think that's awesome. I think that's fantastic when you can look at somebody and their heritage, or the place of origin, is because, again, we're so interracial and we're all multicultural now, that when those genes dominate in a certain way, it's like, oh, that's so fascinating. That's so great. That's so great. I think, anyway. Wait a minute. You're not Hispanic. I'm on the wrong stream. Grape. Stop. Not even a little bit. Dark Irish is a thing. Think Colin Farrell. Fascinating. Do you think that maybe there's some kind of like Spanish influence for that? Maybe? Conquistadors, but I think my 50% Slavic. I think I heard you say that before, and that's fantastic. Morning, Chaz. Morning. Good morning. Good morning. I think my second cousin is Casper the Ghost. That's awesome. Wait, there's a city in Italy named Biggles. My Slavic side clashes with Tabitha's German side for reasons. Yeah, we're always a little bit at odds for some reason, All right. We got a good grounding, or a good foundation for Maria. Okay. And then something like this, and we'll give her eyelashes later. Maria's got very, like, her brow bone or whatever, the connection between her eyebrows and her nose, very strong, very strong. So yeah, there might be a line here, and then the eyebrows, let's see, very interesting, strong, almost like we get a nice is it a trapezoid? No, we got a nice triangle here, and then it kind of curves. She doesn't have long eyebrows. It's nothing quite like an artist dissecting like all the stuff about you. I've only got one pretty good reference picture, and it's not like a 360 kind of situation here. So we're working with what we see, but this I think I could work with. Let's clean up a little bit here so it doesn't distract. Maybe I get rid of this too. I mean, well, see, this was what sucks. If I had the liquify tool, I could push this down, because her eyebrows are a little closer to here. But if I have this line, and then maybe I just make it a little thicker, because she doesn't have thin eyebrows. That would help push that down, and then round that off a little bit, because then that would come down. Yeah, I think that will work. I know, big girls, I'm just joking. I guess that makes me a mutt. We're all mutts. We're 100. If you're American in any form of capacity, like if your family's been here for a really long time, you're a mutt, because we're all just like mixed flavors of things. Tabs, I could use a shorter pencil. Well, let me see. This is the shortest one I have. All right. Now we have to try to draw this amazing eyebrow on the other side. And it is kind of tilted, so it will be obviously at a slightly different angle here. It's a little, but her head is kind of tilted, so it makes sense. 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 In my mind, it makes sense. It is kind of fun. Like I haven't used a pencil in a while, so it feels pretty good. I think if I had time, if I wasn't in a time crunch, it would make it better. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this. So then we go into the gourd body. How I start all my little chibis with their little gourd shaped bodies here. Well, that turned out good. Got a little bit of a twist to it. She kind of looks like a me character. We'll get to the mouth later. Well, Maria's mouth, is it pretty close to her nose? Let's see. Yeah. I think I like that. That's so interesting. When you start drawing your friends, it's really awkward when you meet them again in real life and talk to them and be like, I never noticed. I never like one time with like Joe and just like never noticed just how big and round your eyes are. And then with Maria, it's like I never realized how close her mouth is to her nose. Not in a bad way, but like again, this is the study of everything. So next time Maria streams, everybody make sure you spam her chat and be like, Maria, I never realized how close to your nose your mouth is. That's how I felt you drawing my prison pics. Yeah, like you just pick up like these distinct things. Some things come easier than others. Some people are just their faces are easy or to others, or maybe it's just a different, like an easier understanding. But I like this a lot. Okay. Thanks, Maria, for winning golf with your friends so I could learn something about you. Okay. What are we doing with the body? This is a weird stance. I think I have her hips reversed. Crap. Now I have to I have to figure that out. All right. So let's play around with it. Excuse me. So we get our nice little short legs that kind of come in and then they go back around, right? Because the knees, something. I'm so bad with the legs. And then we're just gonna keep them simple. Simple. Go in. Nope. We done messed up. AA wrong. That's okay. Joe has good eyes. However, I didn't say that. No, there's another, like Joe's eyes. Redeemed. The water of the artist. Thank you. Am I going to play golf again anytime soon? I hope so. I love that game. As frustrating as it is. Let's give Maria some more hips. I think Maria has bigger hips than what I was giving her. This might have to be a two-part situation. Let's see. And then her hips are kind of, I think I reversed this, but we can make it work. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So this one, actually, I don't think this shape will work for that. Or maybe, well, no, this is, something is wrong. It's almost there, but it's not quite. It's not quite. I think. Hang on. Let's just finish it up. Like, yeah, she's standing kind of awkward. It's a little bit too. It needs to be, I think, a little. We're gonna play with it. Kind of go with that just for now. Let's just see how much. I think her body's a little too long for her legs being so short, but we're gonna kind of go with it and see what happens. Because she is kind of like scrunching. Yeah, but if I would move this up. So her arms, so she's got the winning. Make sure nobody's needing me for anything. Aw, Nandrew liked my post. I know it's like people just discovering that I had coffee with Gina Carano. It's always still a lovely day. All right, let's see. So we've got Gina. All right. So we got to work with that. I wish she was doing conventions again. I want to see her. She's so fun to work with. Or work for. You put it that way. All right. So then there's like this like thumbs. Okay, so then it's like this. Yeah, that works. Sort of. Proves nothing. What are you two fighting about? All right, I like to do the 3 fingers. I know people ask, why do you do 3 fingers? Artistic choice. Not totally because it's hard to do 4 fingers. I don't know what it is about that 4th phalange there, but it is, talk about a struggle bus. Like a one-way first class ticket to the struggle bus. Excuse me. And then this was my original drawing of Maria as the champion right here. Beautiful, isn't it? I feel like I captured her nose perfectly. All right. Let's see here. Biggle started it. Well, what is it our mothers always say? You don't have to end it. I feel like the club could be a little bit bigger, but I need to get a proper ruler. I actually don't have a proper ruler. Maria. I should bend it. That's what I should do because she was beating it so hard. But I know. All right. What is a golf club? What does a golf club look like? All right. Like kind of like, is it this one? We'll just make like a big hoof at the top of it. Like Sevi's feet. Like a just big hoof right here. Look, that's recognizable, right? Here we go. Yeah. And then we just erase this little line here. This little line of mine. All right. We're on to something. It's coming. It's coming around the corner. band. Just around the river bend, I look once more, just around the river bend, beyond the shore. Man, Pocahontas does not get the recognition it so rightly deserves. That music was stellar, and the theme of that movie was amazing. Okay, my favorite song was "Savages." Heathens, devils, kill them. No, but I mean, it was. I was between that and mine, boys, mine till you drop dead. I mean, just perfect songs, you know, to display your aggression. But it was such a good. No, honestly, I loved that movie. It was probably one of my favorite go-to movies. I loved the music. I know it was historically inaccurate, but it was a beautiful rendition of reinterpretation, I should say, of that story. And I loved the animation. I loved Grandmother Willow. I thought Pocahontas was beautiful, but she was different than the other princesses. Like, she was simple. She was beautiful in her simplicity, unlike the other princesses. And I don't know. And John Smith was manly and tough, even though he didn't have a sword. The music just so good. Your favorite song was the end credits? Wait, is that like is that like a jab, or are you just talking about like the actual, was it Vanessa Williams? Was that who sang? Because back in the 90s, right? Wasn't it like a late 80s and early 90s where they had like those particular artists? Wasn't it? Now I need to know. Did Vanessa Williams sing Colors of the Wind? Who sang that? Yeah, Vanessa Williams. Look. Spot on. Spot on. All right, I need to sharpen my pencil. Brace yourself. Here we go. This looks amazing. Okay, all right. The other hand's just kind of like going down this way. In this like cutesy ootsy little. We'll make Maria cutesy ootsy. That's a little too cutesy ootsy, but we'll do it. You know what? I'm gonna just make Maria cutesy ootsy. You should just have to deal with it. Okay, so let's see. Hang on. We got the triangle of death here when it comes to hands. Oh, it's pretty good. Let's see. That hand comes out this way, and then we need this sum. Oh, shoot. Reverse theory, reverse. Okay, let's see. Up. And then we'll just pretend like Maria has other fingers. And then we need the pinky. Okay, I don't know. That looks weird. Hands are janky, bruh. Bruh. You know, I have other favorite Disney movies and favorite Disney songs, but I will say I think Pocahontas was the most dynamic, soul-moving kind of music for when I was a kid. When I watched it, like, I was enamored. You know, I loved the music for Beauty and the Beast, especially the main theme song, because it was kind of creepy. It was alluring. It was mysterious. I loved that. And everything else was like beautiful and elegant and fun. Little Mermaid was happy and kind of surreal. You know, you could, I don't know, this might just be from the artistic standpoint, but it was like you can feel the colors, if that makes sense, when you sing those songs. Same thing with The Lion King. Powerful, fun, vibrant, in my mind. I know it's not really a way that you describe music, but it's just kind of how it translates for me. Aladdin, amazing music, but a different kind of feeling. Again, I feel like I do. I believe that Pocahontas was inspirational. The music was just really strong and inspirational. Maybe because of the theme of the film And that's why, and the same thing with Hunchback of Notre Dame, which did deal with similar themes. So maybe that's what it was. Like, God help the outcasts in the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like, gets me in the feels every time. And it's an underrated movie for sure. But I think it just, I don't know, something about especially the Colors of the Wind just really encapsulate, just amazing power. Oh, yes. Okay. We don't ever talk enough about Hercules and Tarzan, but that's on another scale, different kind of box that I would place that in. Hercules, I say it all the time. We're going to say it again. Once again, Hercules by far, hands down, is the most creative movie Disney has ever produced, because nobody in their right mind would ever think to couple Greek mythology with Black gospel music. And they did it, and it was perfect. Everybody loves the Muses. You can't do better than the Muses. Come on, fight me on it. And then Tarzan, like everybody says, yeah, it's in a league of its own. Phil Collins didn't have to go that hard for us, and he did it anyway. Legendary. Legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Hang on. Let's get this. Here we go. All right. So we got this. Now the hard part. I guess I could put a hat on Maria. That would be kind of fun, because she is a golfing champion after all. Hats. I hate hats, but we can see if we get where this is all about getting bitter and getting better. So, I actually did pretty good on that. I mean, it might need to be a little refined per years. Okay, it kind of comes like this, and then hang on. It's a very short bill, but it works, you know. It's just enough to keep the righteousness out of her eyes. And the glare of glow out of her eyes. Oh, it's such a cute little hat. It's a little small. Something like that. Why can't they understand the way we feel? Bum, bum, bum. They just don't trust what they can't explain. I know he's different, but deep inside. Oh man, that was back in the day too, and all these crazy nonsensical people. I'm not going to call out which group of people, but we're like, oh, they're trying to say that we evolved from the monkeys, and it's pushing evolution and all this. It's like, no, it's based off of a book by Edgar Rice Burroughs, by the way. Fantastic book, amazing author, I love him. But it's like, it's based off of a classic piece of literature, and it's just about adventure. It's not trying to teach children that we evolved from monkeys. Like, come on, people. Like, just stop. Just stop. I can't even. I just can't even. That turned out really cute. Oliver and Company. Does not get enough credit. I don't think it was Disney, but it had Billy. It was Disney. It 100% was Disney. I got street sidewalk there. Why should I worry? Why should I care? We may not have time. Oh, you guys caught me in a good mood this morning, even though I was struggling. Georgette, what was that song? Something about being perfect, and it's me. There was a part of that song that I loved to sing. Like, I mean, most people I would think that know me really well. I'm not necessarily, I try my best. I'm not self-righteous. I don't gloat unless I'm gaming with my friends. But Perfect My Dear is Me. That song by Bette Midler, like when she was Georgette, it was That song is the scenes from that song are just hilarious. Like when she crawls out of bed and she looks at herself in the mirror and she just goes 'Cause I haven't seen this movie in a while, but that scene has stuck with me. I need to listen to that. That's so good. Oh, I love yeah, it's my brother's favorite Disney, I think. I don't remember everything. Yeah, I will tell you that opening scene though, I hate it. I hate it so much. When Oliver doesn't get chosen, I'm not a big cat person, but I don't like, abandoned animals and unloved. And they did so I feel it. They did such a good job with making your heart break. So Oliver, don't be scared just 'cause there ain't no one there dying to see. Keep your dreams alive. Dreaming is still how the strong survive. Once upon a time in New York City. How can anyone say starry-eyed when it's raining cats and dogs outside and the rain is saying, now you're on your own? Phew, that was a rough note. I could feel my voice go, But that was a good song. Oh, so it's amazing, these songs that just stay with us from our childhood. It's so impressive what Disney was able to do with generations of kids. Gloating is always acceptable when gaming with friends. There you go. You and me together will be forever. We two can be good company. Just you and me. Yes, together we two. Gosh, I have not sung that, seen this movie in forever, but like it just stays with you. It just stays with you. All right, Maria's hair. We've gotten Maria and accessories. I'm very happy with this annoyingly cute little character. Maria, sometimes she has her hair in a ponytail. She doesn't have bangs. So, and then I think she kind of does one of these numbers. Like she kind of creates, sometimes I think she kind of like creates the illusion of the bangs. If not, she will when she's golfing. It's just how it is. And I do kind of love to put a little something here. She doesn't do that. Maria isn't really into the little cutesy twisty sideburn thingies like I am, but we're doing it. I don't know. There's something weird when this is just blank. And to give a woman sideburns, like just even the little bit of hair that's here, translates very oddly when you're doing these cute characters. So I tend to leave that out. I grew up listening to Billy Joel. A lot of the places he sings about are where my dad grew up. So my dad saw Billy in concert like hundreds of times. That's pretty cool. So we want some flow. It would behoove me to put the ponytail here, but my instincts, whatever's floating around inside of me, is saying to put it. Let's see. Maria has long hair, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna give her like a mane, but see, I feel like that takes away from this. So, but I love the flow of that. But what if it were no turning Maria into a furry over here with a gigantic tail? Maria's hair. Maybe I keep it simple. Yeah. There we go. Not quite. It doesn't need to be quite Jasmine-esque, Just, that's enough. That's enough. Gotta lurk. For some reason I read pants. Work wants me to do my job. The nerve. The nerve. Okay, what time is it? Okay. I'll have to get scooching here soon, but I am surprised that I've been able to get as far along as I have. If I don't know. Maybe we'll have another brush hour tonight if I can get there. I'll leave Maria teethless. Maybe sometimes the characters just look better without teeth. Otherwise, it's surprisingly, if you leave them with teeth, they look like they're on the pharmaceuticals. No bangs. No one looks good with it. No, Maria's not getting bangs. Maria doesn't have bangs. Fantastic. I know what I'm doing. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, okay? There we go. And then we just have to put some clothes on her. I might have to send, if this turns out okay, maybe I'll send it to her. You know, I'll pay the money for Maria to have a picture of herself, our Canadian friend, our neighbor to the north. Okay, so there's that. Like, I wonder to display that she's the golf champion. Maybe I'll put like a giant ribbon on her chest. I think that would be kind of fun. Yeah, it's not exactly bangs. It's just like a swoosh. You know, we girls used to do that in the day when we didn't want bangs, but we kind of wanted the illusion. That was like the big thing back in the day, back in my era. And you tuck it behind, you tuck it behind your ear. So it's kind of like you have bangs, but you can just, you don't. I have a very short forehead. So this, yeah, gosh. And then it was constantly greasy because you kept having to do this. And then if you wanted to like take some gel or something like that for it to stick, it still looked uber greasy. It's not a terrible look. It was obviously repurposed from like, what is it? The 70s or something, the 60s, I think it was. It's not a terrible look, but it is for me. It's some maintenance there. So, plus tabs that prefers volume, even though I can't use hairspray. So I miss hairspray, but I'm like allergic or something like that to the hairspray. Okay. Well, guys, this is what we have. Let me rid ourselves of this. This is what we have created for our friend Maria. I think it turned out really good. I think it's recognizable as her once the colors and things like that are on there. Obviously, I need to put some clothes on her, put some little details in there. And then I think I will put the first place championship ribbon on her chest instead of like a trophy. I don't know. For some reason, I think that would look better. I don't want to spread out the picture. I want to keep it centralized. And so I think having a trophy somewhere else would take away from Maria. And we would never want to do that. So, draw Mando in the background rigging the scar. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna do that. But we'll return at some point and finish this of Maria. And I'll probably try to put a little bit of a background in there too, just to have some color in there. But the task is not complete. I was tasked with drawing this and then coloring it with markers. We're going to be returning to the markers. We're going to bring them back out. It's about time they made a visit back to the brush hour. So there's that. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. You guys are always the best ever. Check out Maria's streams whenever she's, doing whatever things that Maria does, because she's all over the place like many of us. But I appreciate all of your support. Please be sure to hit the like button on the way out. Can't get enough of it. So they're going to try to take these. Can't get enough of her. I will catch you all later. And I appreciate all of you. Happy Friday. We might see each other later. But until then, I think on the kick side, like everybody's sleeping their life away. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later.
If I was watching this video, I would like it. I would like the video and I would probably subscribe because this is so thoroughly entertaining